Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
They said, ready? Ken Lobo. Watch one. We got double tight. Hey. We got three.
2. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got him. Watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Get ready.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Here we go, T. Here I come. Here I come. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Safety creeping. Why?
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. His throw caught right around the 6.
Here we go.
Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. First and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything in the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that showed a little bit of faith. It actually showed a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Mike 51, Mike.
Come on, set. Get it.
2nd and 5. Bryant has it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Howell. And with a flag down, he goes down.
Holding.
So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Down. And 2 stop.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Howell. It's caught by Bryant. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that that means fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Yeah, and he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line's time. Run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs. That big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. It's Parker. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
And he gives this time to the tailback. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Another loss. Another loss.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They come up in an offset eye.
Oh, you got deep?
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. And that play goes nowhere.
Holding.
He's met
offense.
behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
Well, this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and run for it, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs there.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
That's how we do it.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Jackson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
60 outlaw.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much of offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Big set, ready? 60 or.
58, come on. And let's get this.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down. Powell. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg. Powell. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Come on, set.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
There we go. Oh.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Hey, pick your game up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 21. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Get your swarm on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw. Howell, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, Lyle.
We talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive play.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
70.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Howell, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
They imposed their will on that last drive. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That's it.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
SOS.
That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He can run for it, and he will. The quick feet, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down 23-20, 36 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here it comes.
Back to throw.
Let's go.
Sliding out of the pocket. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check pass, check pass.
Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. Wilson's got it complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Let's go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch there. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Here we go, here we go. 60 yards.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.